Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shati from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope was another quick and edifying sit down. And I just so happen to see this right now on the old interweb. And it's with Christopher Green on AMTV. It says, "End of humanity is here. Brain implants being promoted by elites." I didn't write down anything, and I haven't seen this video yet. But if anything pops up through the spirit, I'll bring something out. So without any further ado, let's let some of this play.
Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green and you're watching AMTV, Alternative Media Television. Please take a moment to like and share this video, get it out to your friends and family, and click that bell. That way you make sure you get our next video in your subscription feed. The end of humanity is here. The end of our very humanity as it exists in this third dimension, a construction of man. And eternal separation from truth, from the light, of which man decides to separate us into a permanent stasis, what I would call hell, where we are eternally separated from God, and we live perpetually, forever, in this third dimension. We see this in ancient texts, we see this in the Bible, where there is the base layer, earth, where we all reside today. There is heaven above it, and there is hell below it. And this is being sold.
Now, we all know that's going off. Okay? Heaven and hell are conditions. And just to prove that real quick, this is Psalm 139 and 8. I'll start at 7. It says, "Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there." Okay? Now, if hell is this place below, where you're going to burn forever, how is King David going to make a bed in hell? So he's just going to be in a place where everything burns up but him and the bed that he creates. He's just going to get in the bed and not burn. Sheets ain't going to burn. That makes absolutely no sense. And then you got the other one, I believe it's in Jonah. I'm not sure how to word it. Is it? It's Jonah, the 2nd chapter, but I want to start in the 1st chapter, the 17th verse. And it says, "Now Yahweh had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. Now we're going to the 2nd chapter, starting at the 1st verse. And it says, "Then Jonah prayed unto Yahweh his power out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto Yahweh. And he heard me out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice." Okay? So hell is not this place that's below the earth and you're going to burn forever in eternity and all that other madness. See, this is why we say a true red Hebrew Edomite, not somebody who looks white, but a true red Hebrew Edomite has no business picking up the Bible and trying to preach the word because they have no understanding. And I didn't want to go too far off the point, but I want to correct that madness.
To human populations as a good thing. In fact, brain implants are being promoted by the mainstream media and mainstream science as a good thing. This is something that you're going to want to do for your children. You're going to want to take a mark called the chip, and you're going to want to merge it with their brain. Now, we've all heard this from time to time. We've heard and we've read in the Bible, a lot of us, or you're familiar with what the biblical text says in Revelation, and I'm paraphrasing in my own words, but everyone here on earth, outside of the believers, will take the mark in their right hand and or in their forehead, on their forehead, or the chip, the RFID microchip being merged with their brain. And these are all very real, now mainstream technologies being promoted by technologists, by scientists, and also the brainwashing, status-run mainstream media.
What he was trying to quote was Revelation, the 13th chapter. So we're going to get that. And we all know what it says, but we got to bring it out just for edification's sake. All right. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And this is what Christopher Green was trying to explain. This passage here in Revelation 13, 16, and 17. It says, and to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that's what this video segment of his is talking about. How now you have these elites and different people in the medical field and different people in certain political, or should I say certain people who hold high political offices are pushing for to have people chipped with a microchip inside their brain. All right, therefore, you being, as they say, connected to the, what do they call that? The Internet of Things. Okay, your mind will be linked into the internet, into the system, and you will be able to interact consciously and subconsciously with everything that's connected to the internet system, or the Internet of Things, for lack of a better phrase. So let's continue.
Case in point, this is from CBS Chicago. Northwestern neuroscientist is researching brain chips to make people super intelligent. So we've all heard that you're going to need this chip in order to buy or sell, that they're going to create a cashless society, which we already have. China's already cashless. The United States is well on the way, its own way to a cashless society. In fact, there's been some interesting reports out even in recent days and weeks. There's been an increase in circulation of $100 bills. In circulation, there's even more $100 bills than there are $1 bills. Why is that? Why are there so many $100 bills being pushed into circulation? Well, obviously, a lot of people are waking up, and so they're stowing away cash, not to mention precious metals, gold, silver, raw assets, land, real estate, water rights, mineral rights, anything that actually has tangibility or value. Not that cash has tangibility and value, it doesn't. But it's also a sign that people, the smart people, are preparing for a crisis. And so it's going to be good to have some cash on hand because, of course, the intention is to ban cash completely. This is why the euro got rid of the $500 euro note, they said, because it promoted crime or criminal activity or something like that, which we know is bogus. All currency is used for crime, no matter if it's cash or digital. The difference is with digital, they can track your every move. They control the siphon, the on and off switch. So let's say you're a dissenting opinion or have a dissenting political belief that opposes the state. They simply just turn off the spigot so you can't buy or sell. The same reason they need to track you with the chip and why they're promoting the microchip being merged with your brain. Whether or not it's the research projects I'm reading to you right now, or it's Elon Musk's Neuralink company. What if you could make money or type something just by thinking about it? It sounds like science fiction, but it might be close to reality. In as little as 5 years, super smart people could be walking down the street, men and women who've paid to increase their intelligence. Northwestern University neuroscientist and business professor Dr. Moran Cerf made that prediction because he's working on a smart chip for the brain. Make it so that it has an internet connection and goes straight to Wikipedia or Google. And when I think this particular thought, it gives me the answer. Cerf is collaborating with Silicon Valley bigwigs.
This is a commercial about buying cars. That's a car, this is the phone, and this is drive time. Cool. Need to get a car with
He'd rather not name, because secret. Facebook also has been working on building a brain-computer interface. We see Mark Zuckerberg with the brain monitors and the visual scanners. These are all top secret projects. And SpaceX and Tesla CEO Elon Musk is backing brain-computer interface called Neuralink, which I just mentioned. Quote, everyone is spending a lot of time right now trying to find ways to get things into the brain without drilling a hole in your skull. He said, can you eat something that will actually get to your brain? Can you eat things and parts that will assemble inside your head? And then it goes on and on and on, says that this is absolutely mind-blowing, quite literally, because they want to drill into your freaking head, potentially. So let's talk about this for a minute and extrapolate upon what this really means. Not only will you not be able to buy or sell without the mark of the beast, but more importantly, the way that they're going to sell this to you is a death by 1,000 cuts, and you need to be aware of it from a biblical and or even a secular scientific perspective. Let's say the average human being has an IQ of 100, and a genius human being has an IQ like Einstein of 140, although I'm not sure what his IQ was, but something in that ballpark. But let's say that a humanoid, a robot merged with the machine, somebody with a chip implanted in their brain, has an IQ of 200. They'll look at the Einsteins of the world like they're pet rocks, like they're ants, like they are insects that need to be swatted, as many of us do with houseflies inside our homes. So the way that they're going to sell this to you is if you don't take the mark of the beast, not only can you not transact, can't buy groceries at the store, can't power electricity to your house, can't buy or sell. But in addition to that, you'll be a lower being peasant compared to the ruling elite superclass.
Basically, if you don't get the chip, all right, you'll be ostracized from society. And as you clearly heard him say, they're going to try to advertise this as something beneficial, where you can buy, you can sell, you can be super smart. Okay, you'll be one of the super elite. But this is all just a scam to get people who have no knowledge, wisdom, or understanding to get the chip. And that's why it says in 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right, we're not ignorant of his plan to push this RFID chip on the masses. Because all bad Uncle Esau wants is control. He wants ultimate control. He wants to be the God over everybody. hell, if he can convince you to take the chip so that you'll be a god, if he can sell you that idea and you take it, then bad Uncle Esau has done his job. All right? And here at Great Millstone, unlike many other camps, we tell everybody, do not take the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Because in taking that chip, you will get destroyed. As it says, and we're going to go to Revelation, and we'll probably end it on this note. It's Revelation 14:9. And a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark, okay, which is in Revelation 13:16 and 17, in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, who is Yahushua. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So to just break all this down in layman's terms, if you take this mark of the beast, you're going to get destroyed. You're going to get an uncut, unfiltered ICBM nuclear missile destruction. And when Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua breaks those clouds, they're going to see you getting destroyed by that ICBM nuclear fire. And the scripture says a day to the Lord is 1,000 years down here. So while you getting burned up by that ICBM missile fire, all right, it's going to feel like an eternity. And all the hosts of heaven and Yahushua is going to be looking at you with pure pleasure. Because now you have reaped the ultimate judgment for disobedience. So, hey, don't take that chip. You know, pray to the Lord that he keep the spirit on you to stay strong and endure to the end, because this is the main objective of bad Uncle Esau. No matter how much he tries to make this look cool, whether you can put it in your hand or whether he could put it inside your brain where you can open doors by thinking about it, or start your car by thinking about it, or being able to communicate telepathically with somebody. Hey, no matter how cool he tries to make it, do not accept the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Thus saith the scripture. So with that being said, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. With that, we want to say shalom.